First of all, I guess when you start thinking about a kid that's your quarterback, and we're a school of 1,200, I think, and we're dropping in enrollment just like everybody else in the state of Wisconsin, but it's still really hard to find that kid who wants to take on the responsibility of being a quarterback. So I guess what I really look for is that 6'3", 215-pound, running a 4'5" or 4'6" kid. That's a bunch of BS. I hope you all know that was a joke. Not a very good one. Crickets are still chirping, but anyway, you know as well as I do, you got to look for whoever you have that wants to step up and take the bull by the horns and accept that role of leadership that it demands of being a quarterback. The things that I kind of look for are, is he a great person right off the get-go? Is he going to be that kid that everybody wants to gravitate towards? Who's walking behind him in the hallways? Don't take this wrong. Who are the girls he's hanging out with? I mean, you got to look at that stuff, because you'll see the dude that you want running your program if he's the guy that's got 2 or 3 of his buddies, by him all the time, and he can be the guy that says, hey, let's go do this, the right thing. Let's go do this the right way. Meet me in the weight room. Meet me on the field. He's that guy. Now, yes, there are other types of guys that you have to work with because that's your school. You got to deal with it, but you can always make them a little bit better. You don't know who that leader is going to be. I struggle with the leadership thing all the time. I even started after talking to Coach Keel and at Homestead, and he talked about leadership programs, and I tried starting it in my school with just my senior 12 guys. I call it the Dirty Dozen. I guess not really Dirty Dozen, but we got 12 leaders that we have on our team, and I tried talking to them in the morning before school on Tuesdays and try to go through problems we might have on our team or issues with kids and issues with other, maybe parents or things like that. So we're always looking for leaders, and my quarterback has got to be obviously one of them, and my middle linebacker, hopefully. Those are the dudes that I look for, and try to get those guys to come out and step forward and lead. That leadership, that ability to take all the blame maybe sometimes, and then he gets all the accolades sometimes, but it's that kid. Are you going to be the guy that pumps your lineman up, or are you going to be the guy that he's standing on the sidelines with his helmet off and cheering for the defense and making things get better for those dudes? Not the guy that's saying, catch the damn ball, will you, next time, come on, I threw the perfect pass to you. You know that that's not the guy we want, and I don't want to deal with that kid. I have a hard time, and maybe it's just because of the fact that I think I was never that way. I hope I was always after guys, but dang it, I remember one time, and Coach Mick, I don't know if you were there yet at lacrosse, maybe you were, but I was a sophomore, and I got the lucky chance to start at lacrosse. It's like, holy crap. I remember one time coming back, there was grass sticking out of the face mask of my helmet, and I knelt down in the huddle like, jeepers cripes, you guys, probably said some other words than that. But when you start blocking, my God, look at this, I'm throwing stuff, and Gary Larson, who was the center, you know how everybody's like this, he looks like this, he goes, young man, if you want to survive, you're going to shut the hell up right now. And I just kind of went, okay. Because I wanted to survive. Man, I was a skinny dude, holy cow. And so you learn a whole lot from, going from a high school program where you're like, dude, start blocking, start doing this, and let's get going. Try to be upbeat, but also a little bit of a butthead. Because you got to have a little bit of that, I don't know, moxie, charisma, meathead, bullcrap artist, I don't know. But you got to be that guy to want to lead the team. I know there's all other sorts of kids that, just by their ability and just by the way they play, they're leading that way. But you still got to have a guy that's got some voice. And you still got to have a guy that's going to tell people what to do. Because they're going to respect them. Now, you can't be cranking on people and ripping on them, because that gets you nowhere. We lost a kid this year that was a running back. Thought he was going to be my leader of my team. But he was the kid that says, damn it, block for me. Come on, man, I could have got a touchdown. He quit after week 6, 5. He quit my team. Kids couldn't stand him. My starting tailback quit. How the hell does that bode for you? I didn't have the leadership at quarterback, because the quarterback, when I went to leadership class the next week, I go, dude, what happened? What's going on? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? I go, Derek, what about this kid? He goes, Coach, forever forever, Coach, I've been afraid of the kid. When we were in freshman football, we were in 7th grade football, sophomore football, he said, you want to win, throw me the ball, give me the ball. So out in the huddle, this running back is yelling at my quarterback last year, but that years before. He goes, Coach, I was afraid of him. I'm like, holy beep, you're afraid of him? And I said, hey, we just got better because we lost that kid. That was negative leadership. And that's the kind of stuff that you don't want. If you can stay away from your quarterback being any kind of kid like that, you're going to be much better for it. Okay? Somebody else is going to pick up that place. That kid was gone, and it obviously hurt us. And when you lose starting running backs that are 1,000-yard rushers, it's a big deal. We were 2-7 last year. Worst year we've ever had at Marshfield. Okay? So that's a tough year. So we're beating up our brains all the way down here every day. We have lunch duty together. We beat our brains up all the time. What are we going to do? Where's our leaders coming from? What kind of kids are we going to have? So just a little bit about the type of kid. Then I guess I look for, segueing a little bit off of that is, does this kid, can he move? Can he run? Can he get away from people? Is he athletic? Like you guys and all kinds of people, we run the offense where that the quarterback needs to be a player. He needs to move. He needs to get away from people. He needs to be able to play action pass. He needs to be able to get out. He needs to be able to tuck the ball and run. We tried dabbling last year in no huddle spread stuff just because of personnel-wise and losing a kid. We tried doing all kinds of things. Really was a kick in my butt. I should have never ever veered away from stuff I did. But we did, and kind of turned a little bit against us. We had some success in places, but my quarterback didn't want to disengage and keep the football. Like a 175-pound kid throws, like you'll see him in a little bit. Great thrower, son of a gun. But kind of was a puss. Sorry to say that. He didn't want to take the ball and try to beat the 5 technique. We even said to keep it. And then he would get tackled a couple yards down the field, but he didn't want to run. So that's why if we can find that 215-pound kid, again, you guys got them, make him run. Coach Mullenberg, he's got those kids all over the place, so they're bangers. So anyway, those are kind of the people I want to look for. And then at the end, I look for that mechanical kid. Can he throw? Does he have a good arm? Does he have this stuff? But it's kind of down the road. Because I think I can teach him with the methods of the stuff I've learned throughout my career. I think I can teach a kid to play quarterback. And we can teach him how to throw. But the big deal is that leadership starts it all. Have that kid that can do stuff for you, and he's got the kids around him. All right, let's try to get this puppy around. I've never used the cowboy, I guess. I think Randy bought 2 of them and didn't tell me, but he's got them somewhere. So we'll try this. This is my little thing. Hope it works. It's not working. What do I do? It must just be for the film, huh? There we go. Okay. I'll do it the way I know how to do it. Sorry. What we got going on here, and this is how I start my pre-practice with. Every day we go out 15 minutes early of practice, and we'll start with the quarterbacks that I have. If I have 4 or 6, that's great. If you only have 2 because they went away in games, we do the same stuff every day. Okay? And the passing progression is this, and I guess, do y'all want to see the mechanics at all? Because I don't have that film. Do you want to see the mechanics? Like how to throw? Anybody? Yes? Coach? Okay. I didn't film any of that stuff because I was just like, hey, everybody's going to see Coach Trick and all that other good stuff, but we can do that. Okay. Again, I didn't film it, so I'm sorry you can't see it up close, but here. Hold on to the football. I got a thumb below the white on this side and my pointer fingers towards the top of the football. Okay? That's your proper grip. Then, I always put my middle finger on the very top of the laces. Okay? And I skip a hole, and then wherever your ring finger and your pinky land, I kind of let them land wherever they land. Okay? I always want to have a little space between your hand and the football, so on and so forth. Okay, that's your grip. Now, after I do and get kids with the grip, we'll flip it up and flip it down, grab it, and do that a whole bunch of times. This is all football camp stuff. So we do a camp all the time. We get into here, now we get into our load position. Load position, I like the tip of the football at your shoulder, left hand, bottom of the football for total control of that thing. There are guys that do this stuff, I guess I just got to say, like everybody else has said before, do whatever you got to do. Okay, get it done. But we're loading right here. We're always in this position. About 90-degree angle here, 90 here, and we're solid. Loaded position. Now you can run, do all kinds of stuff with it. Your drops, you're here. Tip of the ball stays at the top of your shoulder. Okay? Now, the second movement. When we do this, when I drill it, I'll go, okay, get a grip, and then I'll just load. And kids will be like this, and they'll hold it. Okay? Drop it down, flip it, load. And we do this and just rep. And then you can tell them, hey, do this in front of the mirror at home. Watch yourself do this hundreds of times. Okay? After that, when you're in loaded position, then I do this separation. I used to call it point back, all this stuff, but it's separation for me now. Okay? So I'm here, and I'm getting ready to throw, and I'm going to step and separate. Back to loaded, step and separate. Notice how the ball stays on the plane. It's about a little bit at an angle. It's not totally straight back. You'll see some guys like this. What was that? John Unitas? You know that football card? But this one, about in here, I don't know, from 90, it's probably a 30-degree angle. So I get it, separate. Separate. All right? After separation now, we're load, separate. Then I step and I go, I call it high release. So I'm here, I load, separate, and then I rip my left arm through, rip, and I go to high release. If you're looking at me now, separate, and I rip, chest at target, and I'm high release over my head. Okay? This has got to be elbow at the ear is what I kind of say, landmarks. Elbow at the ear. So I'm loaded, I step, separate, and I go high release, elbow at the ear. Okay? Now the ball's coming forward in this motion, and I come through, and when I release, I'm pushing the ball off, thumb goes down, and flick the booger, say that stuff, okay? So we're load, separate, high release, and as I throw coming forward, high release, finger's the last thing that touches the football, okay? A little bit of throwing mechanics. And we go through that in little kids' camps over and over again, and I probably should add to my video because I told you it's not a very good video. But I can add all that stuff in, but if you send kids to quarterback camps, I guess those are what you're going to see. And if you do see that, you're on the right track. Now, you're going to have all kinds of kids throwing all kinds of different ways. So I just make sure that you're loaded, I go separate, and I got, the kids that come to my little youth football camp I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the summer. Every kid, the linemen love to throw football. The big kids love to learn how to throw football. I want them, I tell them that I want you to grow up to be a dad that can teach your kid how to throw football. Okay, that's my goal. So we load, high release, separate, high release, get up over the head, and throw. You're going to get kids doing this stuff. You're going to, behind the head is a big one where they come over the top. A lot of different throws you see. Okay? Try to keep it out over the side so you can see the football. All right. The passing progression. Now, all that stuff I just kind of went through really quickly. Bad teaching. Right knee, left knee, both knees. Those are things that I'll show you here a little bit on the film, but it's all to warm up. We do this before games. Our quarterbacks get out at midfield, and as everybody else is doing their ball drills before game starts, we're doing this. Okay, so it's over and over and over and over again. They get it over and over and over. Then we have the next step is you'll throw up on your toes, and I'll try to hammer through this as we go through the video. I'll slow it and I'll talk about it. But then right leg forward, left leg forward, right shoulder. This is all on your list. Let's get into video because I don't know what I got for time right at 1 o'clock. Okay, come on, baby.
You got till 1:15, Denny.
Okay, thank you. Is the next one going to be my video or not? Let's check this video. Yes, it works. All right. Here's our, oh my God, how do we see better, guys?
I'll turn the lights off here.
Okay. Ooh, moonlights. There. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, wish you could see better, but here's the progression. So I think we already switched to left knee. I get about 7 yards apart, have the kids get about 7 yards apart, and then we'll take, we take 5 throws, 2 throws, depending on how quick we have to be going. So You see the kids, they're getting in loaded position, ball up high. And here's now the double knees, balls up high over the top, follow through, hit yourself in the thigh. Follow through, hit yourself in the thigh. Over the top. Two other kids are, one's a tight end and one was a D-back last year, but they were hanging around so I got them to be in a video. They're happy as heck. And then we go into the next step of the progression. Oh, looks like I gotta hit fast forward, huh? Next clip. Okay. Now we get, after that, after you're on your knees, we go back to about 10 yards apart. And then we're going both feet solid together. Get up on your toes, and then step through a little bit. Okay? Up on your toes, step through a little bit. Try to keep your feet solid, no movement in your feet until you step through. The kid on the left is, he's the one that played for us this year. The kid on the right will hopefully be our kid next year. You'll see the difference when they start doing drops. Kid on the left is a pretty good athlete, just that they didn't want to get beat up. Now we go to right leg forward. You just get yourself straddled. Right leg forward, don't move. Total moving to turning your hips, shoulders back, come through, follow through, all the stuff that we just did. Point back over the top. And the progression is all there in your paper, so this is just boring stuff to look through, but you can do it. Now I just turn the shoulders at your target. Same thing, keep 10 yards apart. It's kind of a weird throw, but sometimes you have to make awkward throws. Pretty decent throws over the top. Now this one I call passing with purpose. So what the kids are doing here is they're getting happy feet, and then the other partner is going to flash his hands in different placement spots that he wants the kid to throw the ball to. So if he throws it out, he puts his hands out wide to the left, try to hit the spot on the left. Always keep a pinpoint with your nose on the hands, and try to hit that kid right into his, where he wants you to place it. Up high, down low, outside, whatever you want to do. But you're chopping your feet. As soon as you flash, that's when you load, coil, separate, and throw as quick as you can, step through. All stuff that you just keep doing over and over and over again until someday they get to be a senior and they can play for you, hopefully. At least I would love all seniors to be quarterbacks, but we know that doesn't happen either, does it? And now this one is called a movement in the pocket drill. You're still getting happy feet, pass with purpose. But we'll always move with the back foot when you're trying to get kids to move in the pocket away from defenders. Okay, you're always moving the back foot, so you always got a plant foot. So move to the right, and then we'll throw. Okay? Just little things. I guess I should be able to send all this stuff to you in huddle, right? If y'all were any remotely interested in it, I can do that stuff too. And now this one is the throwing on the run. I guess we got into a little bit of a spring package last year where we used throwing on the run a lot more than we have in the past. So you just kind of, with your partner, you're going at them, make sure you're moving, get loaded, throw over the top of your opposite foot, or your throwing arm foot is where you're going to be throwing the ball out when you throw on the run. And then right away into this, we'll turn, go backwards, and then drop and dip over a shoulder, and still continue to throw on the run. The other kid gives ground. We had a heck of a time. We didn't have a wide angle lens, coaches. So that's why you're not moving very far. Okay? So when you're out on the field and you're before practice, you got a lot of room to move. We'll start throwing the ball, at 10 yards, and then get them to separate 10, 15, 20, and so on and so forth. So you work on arm strength and things like that. Okay? And then a little circle drill. Just get kids 5 to 7 yards apart, run a circle clockwise, counterclockwise, keeping the ball up high, and throwing on the run. All right. The next thing we'll do a bajillion times from when they're little kids, coming up through camps and things like so. Drops. Now you work on whatever drops you have. We have done just about every one of these drops. It depends on the plays we do and what situation we're in. If we're on a one-step drop, that's going to be when we want to hit our slants. If we stay in a pistol, we're going to be using one-step drops on our three-step hitches and things like so. So we'll work hard. We always stagger our feet. Okay, so my throwing arm is up, my plant leg is back, and get the snap hut, boom, and I'm one, gather. If I'm throwing to the right, I'll plant a little bit to the right at about 11 o'clock, and then shoot to the right, opposite way, 1 o'clock, shoot to the left. Now, two-step is very optional. It's where you just step out with your foot that's back or backward. So you step out one and then plant two and throw. Sometimes it helps a kid with a little bit slower feet. So you just step out with the opposite foot. Three-step, we all know that. One big, two littles. And then three with the fake. I said that might be marginal in football. Or in high school football, I said we played Wazetta, Minnesota years back. And they had kids that their corners were reading our quarterback drops. So they would sit and squat, just look at three-step, and all of a sudden the kid would just be humming and try to knock balls away from us. So if you get that kid, give him a little bit of a ball fake right here, and then up, 2, 3, and throw. We sometimes caught him, okay? But that was after he probably picked off a pass or two against us. But it's a very good team. Baby three, that's for the kid who maybe is quicker, and we're getting a little bit deeper on our hitch routes or our slants. Baby three is just simply 1, 2, 3, just like you're dancing, really small, and get it out real quick. If the one big is too long for the kid and he's waiting, get him a little bit of a rhythm. So it's 1, 2, 3, just like a dance. Okay? You can use that. It's up to you what you want to use and how your quarterback is going to get the ball to your receiver. Okay? 5-step firm, 5-step with a hitch. It's all your deep comebacks to the outside, or you got some deep bombs. You get a kid the hitch, just step up and throw it deep. Play action and our sprint pass. Okay? Try to get you some film on those. Get them cranking. All right. So here's our one-step throw to the right. Quickly, we could get them stepping further to the right if you wanted to. If you want to get them going to the right, you can step further to the right. A lot of other things that you'll want to do with this drop. Boom. Get the ball off quick. Bubbles, things like that, you get off really, really quick. Okay? One step to the right. Here's our two-step. Watch this kid. Right here. Foot that's back, your stagger foot. That's going out first. Gives you a little bit of separation from your own line. And then you can throw the slant or the hitch. These are all stuff. We throw a lot of quick stuff. We're one of those kind of teams. Okay?
Denny?
Yes, sir.
Can you talk a little bit about if you are ever a gun or pistols, how that changes your steps and your drops?
Okay, when we're in pistol and we're throwing hitch or we're throwing slant, I guess that baby three or that one out of that is what I'm going to throw. And again, it depends on my quarterbacks. Like the kid on the left, he was a real good baby three guy because he's got some quicks. Okay, he's a little quicker than the other kid. You get that pistol and you're hearing boom, hut. And you maybe get one big. And you can get the kid that's got a little bit of a. Gosh, it's tough when you don't know how to say what the word is. Like you get a little hesitation. Hut, boom, I got the one, woo, and then throw it. You can get that. But if you talk about keeping a kid in rhythm, so hut, boom, 1, 2, 3, and I'm on him. Play with that one. I guess it's whatever you want to do, and you can do different things. That's to get the job done. I guess So that's what I've been dealing with my whole life. Try to overcompensate, I guess, for what you don't have and all those things. But this is just a regular three-step. One big and two small, and get the ball up as quick as you can. Okay, it's your read stuff. On cover three, strong safety, use a 3. Quick outs, speed outs, I use a 3-step drop. But if we're throwing hitch and slant, I'll use a 3-2 on a hitch. Just depends on how much room we can get from the D-back, how much we can take. What we're going to try to use for a drop. And again, here's my baby 3, right here. See the kid on the right is just I don't know, he's probably 6'1", isn't he? But he's only about 150 pounds, the kid on the left. So he's got some growing to do, hopefully. He's a good kid though. But a lot longer delivery. Got a totally, so if you're trying to make some things up, just watch, see how long his delivery is. That's some things I got to shorten up with him. Okay? And man, brings you to a drill you can possibly do. Something else, if you're working on a kid like that that's got a problem and you want to work on his delivery, get at a wall. Okay? And if he's this far away, that's not what we want. So get in here, at 90, rip, and throw it to the kid next to you. Get the ball back. You can do this fences, walls, whatever you want to do. Anything flat behind you. Off the wall, rip, and throw. So that he doesn't, way back. Depends what you want to do. I like getting the ball up quickly. Another thing to harp on about coaching, and think about when you guys play with your buddies, when you're out in practice and you're all dorking around. What are you doing? I see a lot of guys, what's up, man? Right here, right? Ball goes way down. What's up, dude? Go deep. Okay, we can't do that. We want to keep that ball in the upper plateau. Here's your belly. Keep it up there. Keep it up above your chest. Right here. So when you're sitting here, it's boom. That's why you're here all the time. Okay? We don't want to go little kids. You're in the house. Don't do this. Baseball pitchers. Y'all got a baseball pitcher as your quarterback? I got to break the kid every fall coming in with the baseball guy coming from summer baseball. Because they're way down here. You don't throw the fastball way down here. Got to get him up in here. Go right to the wall. Okay, 50 times. 1, 2, 3. Till they get it back in their brain again that's where I got to be. So you just keep hammering that. Get them at a wall and do it. Repetition is the essence of all learning. One of our good old line coaches told me that a long time ago. Sticks with me. So that's a good one. All right. Here's that 3 with the fake. Just get a little ball movement down just to get that corner that's looking at your quarterback. If you decide that you're throwing 3-step, gosh darn it, I'm a loser. It's 105 there. Here's our 5 firm. You got the comeback route. You got a 10-yard, 13-yard curl. Get that 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 bigs, 2 littles. Sometimes I say step to the right. Sometimes we get back 5, 3 bigs, 2 littles. Step in the pocket, throw. Step in the pocket left, throw. And again, it's what you are doing with your offense. Okay? If you're a bootleg team and you're a play action team, or you are run first team, you got to pick the ones you want and then rep the heck out of them. That's all you can do. I'm getting onto the bandwagon of make everything a lot easier and have a lot less pass plays and just throw it to the kids so the quarterback don't get screwed up. Okay? With the ADD and the fast pace, hand movements and video games of all these kids, I'm losing. So I gotta make it easier or they're gonna go play video games. Okay? So that's that. Here's the 5 with a hitch. So you get back 5 and then hitch up. Hitch means you're just coming forward. You got a long ball to throw, whatever you want to be calling that one. 5 with a hitch. Okay, then I go left. I'm just going to scooch through these because this is all stuff that you've seen. Come on, dudes. Where are we at? Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is my first attempt cutting up film and putting it on huddle, guys, so and a lot of coaches helped this time. I have a person that does all my film, so I'm pretty lucky that way. Get out of here. Okay. Here's a little sprint stuff. We step all going at a kind of a 45-degree angle, get up to 7 steps on your rounded. And then throwing on the run. We'll do that out of our split back set. We'll kind of throw it to a twin side with a kind of smash concept. Making it happen. Always press on the line of scrimmage, get your shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. Things like so. Okay? I know I got a boot pass in here. It's our favorite play. Right here. There you go. Okay? This one we'll do. We were an I offensive team for just about forever. We still go into I once in a while, but we hang in the pistol a little bit more now. Still can get some things going, but our fake is just a little bit different. This kid still doesn't get it yet. Watch the other boy with how he hangs and drags the hand. This is what I like to have going on. There's a laser. Dude, look at that. On the laser. Hand. There you go. Looking back a little bit, kind of get that, drag that fake out. Look, 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 and then go. I remember when I played lacrosse, we'd make that fake, and I'd hide the ball right here by my leg. And I was skinny, so I know the defensive lineman and linebacker could see the ball, so now we have to do something like this. So we tuck it in here. When we get back, we make our fake to the fullback. The fake here, boom, and then hands here, get on the ball, keep the back to the defense. That's how we shuffle, and then we come here. Okay? So it's kind of a little bit technical, but it goes quick. So hut, boom, ball in, belly, hand, I switch, shuffle, and then I'm coming up throwing. See? They're good with the ball. They can do that stuff. But that's why that hand drags. Make sure you look at the hand. Look at it. There you go. Come up and throw. Foot pass. This is a draw fake. You know, we get a lead draw. It's one of our better plays. Double team, we get the fullback leading. So we come back on 3. Ball down, back up. 3-5 or 4-5, excuse me, then come up and throw in a tight end out or a kind of corner over the top fake. What's this one? Just another, that'd be like an ISO, or excuse me, off tackle lead play out of the I, this one. It's a rocket and laser pass, we call this, a rocket and laser fake. Tailback, step up, throw. Anything you do, make your fakes out of it. Now we just go the other way. Boot left, run over the banana hurdles. Yes, perfect. Okay, I'm getting out of this here. Okay, now drills for all these things. Again, do whatever you got to do. That's everything. Quarterback's moving with the ball. Now I'll show you everything that we do to get ready to build up to this stuff. Okay? Cross field drops. I start at one side of the field, and then we'll go all the way across, all 53 yards across the field with this type of movement. So we'll just drop like regular all the way across, reach, crossover, reach. What you'll get the first couple times doing this, kids will start karaoke. I had listened to the coach last hour that he was talking with the lateral speed. It's kind of what we're looking at. So I just made an adjustment in my drop technique when I listened to him. Then we'll shuffle just like basketball. Try to keep, don't let your heels touch all the way across the field, but don't cross over. Then we'll do a quick 3, rotate fast hips, almost like you're dancing. Then we got angle drops. So we'll drop 3 steps to the right, 1, 2, 3 hard, and then really break hard, 3, and then we'll go back 3. So all the way across the field we'll do that. Gets people, quarterback turning their hips, and then reaching to move right and left. 4 corners, I'll show you all that stuff when I get there. I got some little cones, I got some little pictures. It's beautiful. Rudimentary, terrible. Here we go, here's the first one, all the way across the field. I know we're in the gym, we're only going across the gym floor. Okay, hustle back guys, hustle, here we go. I don't know about you, but I'm sick of those tights kids are wearing playing basketball and, okay, sorry. Anybody agree?
Yeah.
Good God, kidding. Thank you NBA for showing us that stuff, right? So that was all the way across the field. Now we got to shuffle. And you can get to the middle of the field, you can switch and go the other way, get to the middle of the field, stop, come back. You can go to the numbers, you can go quicks. Your imagination is your limitation. Heard that once at a clinic too, stuck with me. Coach Miyamoto probably told me that. Shuffle, get it. God, I wish that kid would have been able to take a hit. Been good. Here's the quick 3, and turn your hips. Quick 3, turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, hips. 1, 2, 3. Stay down one of the yard line markers all the way across the field. They don't have to worry about staying straight. Just stay down the field all the way across. Simple. Try to stand down these little lines here, but they did pretty good. So that's your quick 3 all the way across. And here's the 3, or is it 5? 3, 4, 5. There, you got 5 on this one. Just a diagonal drop all the way across the field, only totally working on hips, getting your things moving. 2, 3, 4, 5. They just did 5. Get 3 if you want to be a little quicker. Here's the 3. Notice I keep the ball up top. Keep the ball high. Don't drop it down. That upper plateau. All right, now some things I want to talk a little bit about that I don't have any film for because now we're running out of time in the gym. I think they both play basketball, so they had to be leaving. So coach came up and said, okay, so when you have practice next year, I can just come out and get the guys to shoot free throws before practice. I'm sorry, coach, I gotta make a video. So the good thing about our school right now is that unlike maybe some schools, us coaches, we get along. It's kind of cool. So I mean, my weight guys, Ryan and I do weight room in the winter, but when we need kids to do things, we get them to do things, and coaches don't really get pissed. We're not very good in basketball, maybe that's why, but we're trying, we're getting better. So the thing is that I really like about our school, our staff gets together. The weights we do, and the last men we were talking to are about from Caledonia, I think it was. The good thing about us is that we do have that program, and everybody, and it's AD enforced. Everybody's lifting during their season, 2 days a week during season. We got about 18 kids, I think, Ryan, that come in with us, and they're mostly our big linemen. And then a few of our big linemen are wrestling, our D-backs are wrestling, linebackers, I don't know what the hell they're doing, they're pissing me off. Okay, that's it. So we got one issue there, but we'll get better. So right here, this is something you can set up. I put the cones up there, but they're just kids, they're quarterbacks. If you got 2 or 3, it's or 4, you should have 4, okay? What I do is that whole package that we just went through, the 1-step, 2-step, 3-step, all the drops you're going to be working on. All I do is I get out there and I put my quarterbacks in a staggered across 10 yards. One guy go there, one guy get about 5 yards up, and it's no science. Just make sure you're staggered, okay? This group of kids looks this way, this group of kids looks that way. And we're all throwing left. So we'll go step 1, throw to your guy diagonal from you. So we get a lot of reps in, just throwing. When you get done with all the drops you want to work on for the day, switch the kids around and go the other way. Throw right and throw left, okay? Like I said, use the whole package. Now you can use the same set. If y'all are an option team or whatever, do the same stuff, and you probably do the option pitch drill. Get across from your partner, and we go down. We'll step, pitch, fade away so we don't get hit. And then we go again. He's the lead, I'm the guy. Step, pitch, fade away so you don't get hit. Okay? Option drill all the way across the field, same setup. That's the drill. I have no film on that stuff, so you have to believe me. Drills for drops if you're out there in the field. And again, we don't do these every day, but you got to keep the kids moving because of ADD. I say I have it too. Doesn't really matter. Pick a drill and do it. So I put some bags down, and I just keep thinking about what kind of stupid stuff can I do today that's going to help my kids do something in the game that they're going to do. So I'll put bags up and, put so many 3 feet, 2 feet between them so that they can drop into that bag. So they're going to be looking like this. After a while, though, they'll drop, and they'll have that awareness of where that bag is by their feet. So you get the awareness of people below you, and they're getting blocked into you. And then we get in there, and then we'll work on movement in the pocket, okay? So once you get into the bags, hold the ball up, whatever, and I just point left or right. And then the kids will be in the bag, and they'll step over the bag, and they'll chop their feet, and step over the bag, chop their feet. D-linemen and all the defensive guys love the bags. I love the bags, because we can jump over things. It's cool, okay? So you get in the pocket, move, move, move. It's another drill. Simple setup, and you can get it done in a couple seconds. Then I do this one. This is where I'll keep the bags out there, same thing. Have your quarterback get where the X is. Drop back 3 steps or 5 steps, whatever you want to be working on. And then we'll have one movement in the pocket right here. We'll move over right or left, doesn't matter, right? And then you gotta go back left. Then I'll hitch up 2 to 3 hitches. Okay, 1, 2, you're moving in the pocket. And then I'll have bags set up in this kind of arrangement. And now I'll just run through the bags. Boom, 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 boom. And then once I get to the end, I'll have the extra quarterback standing over here in the wall somewhere. And we'll just do a certain sort of pass, a little touch pass. Maybe he'll be in the corner of the end zone. I'll rifle it to the corner, throw it up high in the corner. Maybe it'll be an option pitch at the end. I'll have kids stand right there, and we'll pitch. So you can put a whole bunch of different techniques that you want to use into that drill. Just, again, use your imagination, do whatever you want to do. Star drills. There's that later. Here we go. This one. You get the kid, the quarterback in the middle. Now these can be cones, okay? I should have made triangles. Credit coach, you told me that when we were making these films when you guys were doing dodgeball. So we'll drop back here, make it a 3-step drop, and then he's got to always go back to the middle. Then we'll move left in the pocket, then move right in the pocket, then we'll move up to the angle, move up an angle, always go back to the middle. Just let your kid drop, come back, drop, come back, drop, come back, and just get movement with his feet. Okay, it doesn't need to be very far. Obviously 2 or 3 steps is what it's going to be mostly, okay? Set up at a star, and you can be just like the D-line when my buddy's favorite drill is a star drill. They chase each other around the bags and tackle each other, whatever they do. Love that. Then this one, set up 4 cones. Set up as far as you want, 10 yards, 5 yards, it's up to you. You drop back here on a regular drop. Then you might shuffle, move in the pocket left, move in the pocket left. Then you're going to hitch up, and then you're going to maybe move in the pocket left, move in the pocket left, or sprint. Just doing whatever you want to do. Again, feet, hips, anything for the quarterback. Simple setup. Okay? Here's drills again. Cones, go through cones, get out, go through cones, get out. Set it up any way you want to. This one, this is total clinic BS. How's that? You got to have one of those in every clinic. I set these things up like this. I'll drop back here. I'll step in the pocket this way, hitch up and over, go across these 2 running laterally, and then sprint because it's a scramble. I'm getting up, getting over. This is just something that I threw together because the pictures were there and I had the big blocks on my slide. I was just playing with them and I made this up. You can do whatever you want to do too. Okay? Use your imagination is, I guess, the key word I use there. I don't think I've ever used this drill in my life, but I get a chance to do it. Okay, now some reaction drills. What I do with these things, got time. What I do with these things is I set my extra kids up in just a shell, simple. You know, cover 2 shell or cover 3 shell. And I'll have the quarterback turn away from the kids and I'll point to a kid. He'll take a 3-step, 5-step drop. And when he gets to the end of that drop, one of the kids is going to go boom, flash his hands, and the quarterback's going to throw it as quick as he can. Just to get him looking and seeing where receivers are. Boom, okay, I'll throw it. And then I'll add movement in. So I'll say that kid flashed his hands, but he did that after one of the receivers started running across the field. And then he's got to throw it to the kid that flashed his hands. So it gets him looking 2 places, okay? Let's see what I got going on here. Okay, a little bit of vid of it. Takes a drop, kid there flashes his hand, throw him the ball. Nothing really stressful about these drills. But right about now, the kids are starting to come in for their warm-up for basketball, so we're really pushing for time. So I'm sorry about this. Here's a quick flash. That one's done. Okay, and that, boom. Here's one where they move first and then you throw it. He flashes, there he goes, get up. There's movement, throw it to him. Pretty simple drills. Those are some linemen catching there, dudes. That's a lineman. He's got good hands though. Might move the tight end, right, Coach? No.
Couple minutes, coach.
Okay, I gotta just get out of here, yeah. There we go. Move on the shoes. Okay. Now, reaction drills again. Pick your choice of coverage. All over what you want to do. This next one, reload drill. What we're doing is I'll have a whole pile of balls, 3 or 4 depending, and I'll give receivers standing up in about 5-yard increments, right in a straight line. What's going to happen is I'll tell the quarterback to take a drop, and then he's going to have a drop with the first ball in his hands, and he'll throw it to the first kid that's at 5 yards right behind me. And then I'm going to have all these balls, I'm just sitting right here, I'm just picking up, and as he throws the first one, before it's even gone, I'm grabbing it, I'm throwing it right back into his hand. So he gets it back to his hand, boom, real quick, and he's got to take a 1 step and then throw it to the next kid. And we'll get all the way up to 15 to 20 yards, and then we'll go from 10 to 20 to 30 and things like so on and so forth, okay? You can set kids up on a diagonal, so you get the right and left throws. Set kids right up in front of you, okay? Just reload, quick as you can, get the ball off. All right, here it is in a little bit of film. There we go, makes a whole bunch of sense, right? Boom, boom, boom.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
if you've got 3 lines of the receiver players, would you ever have them go to the middle line and another to the side?
Great, that's a great idea. If I had 3 lines of receivers, it'd be great. But a lot of times I don't get the receivers when I'm doing my little doofus stuff with quarterbacks because he's out there catching tennis balls or throwing golf balls off each other's helmets and trying to catch them, things like that. So we don't ever do these drills kind of with the receivers. This is just whatever quarterbacks I have. And whatever, my sons when they were little, they would always hang around, so they were always catching passes. So they would always have to be in the drills. But, God, yeah, if you could get, send out 3 lines and you just want to do that, receivers catching the ball, it's warm-up time, hell yeah, it's a great idea. I'll put that in the next drill set. Just kidding. Okay, cover 3 reads and vertical reads. Cover 2 windows. Here's just some stuff, okay? What happens in the cover 3 read? I put a kid right here and put these guys about, 10, 15 yards apart. Reading strong safety on a slant and an arrow, okay? So this kid, that's a wrong read, doofus. Okay, goes that way, quarterback's got to throw here. He goes this way, quarterback's got to throw there. Do this with 4 kids, it's awesome, okay? Just a quick reaction drill. And then I'll set the kids up high in a 1 high safety read. So if you got, you got a 4 vert package or you got 2 verts going out of 1 high safety, just make it look like this. So he looks off. Wherever he looks, this guy's got to go. If he looks right, that guy's got to go right, because that's where we're planning on throwing that vertical. And if he goes left, you throw right. Simple drill. Something you can work on for that stuff. Okay, hand-off mechanics. Holy buckets.
I don't think we need to watch you enough to be a coach.
We don't.
I don't know. If anybody wants to watch me.
We're pretty much done.
Time to time.